In the near future, we have, it's pretty, honestly, it's pretty straightforward, this one, but the Prince of, so in the near future, I have the Prince of Swords upright. Um, I hear there might be communication coming. There is communication coming. The clarifying cards was the King of Pentacles upright and the Ace of Cups reversed. So there will be communication coming, either from another person. Libra comes to mind. Maybe you're possibly so because it's again it's maybe affected by the water sign situation as well. They had like similar past patterns. So maybe you were connected with the water sign in the past, as I said, and that obviously affected them as well. But anyway, returning to this, there might be some communication happening. I think it might be coming from you because we have here the King of Pentacles upright. So you might be transitioning, going from the Knight of Pentacles reversed to King of Pentacles upright. So you maybe recognize that what brings you to being a king is this, you know, this communicative approach, driving force, open to clear up. That's a great step, especially because we have as a base pattern, we have the Queen of Swords. So in the past, you've dealt with somebody like that. So you're like, not overstepping, but you're sort of like shifting the power process, not the power process, the power roles. I don't know how to say in this moment. As in, instead of being in this position where you're looking at, it's like a child looking at a different way of pleasing mama, you're like stepping this air communicative power. You're using this approach as to step into your power, to step in to your King of Pentacles role, you know, going from the Knight reversed to a straight generative way, because we did have the Empress reversed here. There was like this decision of, or lack of it, of producing and reciprocating. So I think you've learned where you've had these misalignments and how you weren't able to reciprocate again. Your lack of commitment comes to mind, your lack of commitment. So you're willing to talk about it. Maybe you're going to therapy, you know, maybe you're willing to approach this like logically and to process. I think logically you're ready for it. Emotionally, you're still afraid of stepping into the whole realm of letting your feelings feel. But I guess it's normal to a certain degree, you know. You're facing this. You're facing this. So maybe you're apologizing or making amends with yourself as well, especially first of all with yourself. How do you see yourself, since we're talking about that? So you had the wheel reversed, the star reversed, unhealed, unguided, left behind probably. Again, left behind, because we have also the Eight of Cups reversed, and we, as a clarifying card, then we have the Chariot as a clarifying card and Karma as a clarifying card. So it's as if you realize the consequences of your actions, basically. So you're like, okay, this was really bad timing. Yeah, delays. So this reverse, the star reverse, can be delays, spiritual blocks, pessimism, and it's about karmic relationships here. It's about karmic relationships. And you see yourself in this spot. You don't like the spot, obviously, where you are. And it's like repeating of cycles. You're repeating cycles. You want to move away from it, but you're in the process of healing from it. And your environment is not over. In your environment, we have the Tower upright with the World upright. So this is a crumbling of words, look at that, of words, since we had the Prince of Swords here. And the clarifying card was the Seven of Cups reversed, which is great, because if the base pattern is Seven of Cups upright, so you have multitude of options, but there's also lack of commitment to a single one of them. It's like clarity-ish, as in stick to one road, that kind of situation. So it's like things crumbling around you. You're either living now through a situation where you're paying the consequences of your actions or inactions. So if you have like karmic, you're seeing this, you're recognizing this. You've done something or didn't do something, and it was connected to people, and especially with, I think, a feminine energy. And you're stepping in, I think, your world. It's, you know, when it makes me laugh, but it's not funny, because I also experienced to a certain degree this type of energy in the past. So it's like when you don't do, especially you being in the present moment as a Prince of Pentacles reversed, there's no movement, you know, there's bad timing, bad luck repeating, and so there's no exit from this, you know. Yes, you learn from it, but there's not much moving forward. and you start to work on it, you start to communicate. But I think a lot of it comes from external circumstances. Is when the universe takes the reins and say, okay, you're not going to do that, I'm going to do it for you, which is worse sometimes. Because if you're not prepared for your world to change, to step into a new vision, into a new era, let's say, to change this wheel, to get out of this situation of, if you're pessimistic or you doubtful, you don't trust yourself enough, especially if you've seen how you get entangled in these situations, and you think of yourself as not emotionally ready because you're still on this pathway of self-discovery and you're not seeing certain things, then your circumstances may force you to deal with them in a different way. So the best course of action here would be to approach situation, step into your power, as I said earlier, step into your power in moving towards communicating. So shifting the power plays comes to me. I don't want to say power plays. It's another word that is not coming to me, but that's fine. You understood. The power roles, gender roles for some reason right now. Gender roles. Why gender roles? Oh, maybe you're stepping into a more masculine energy, because I see the King of Cups here. King of Cups. I see the King of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups, but it's on your mind. So I see the King of Pentacles upright here. So maybe dealing with this feminine energy where you are like submissive comes to mind in a certain way. Now you're stepping into your own authority, maybe in a more masculine approach, decisive approach. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think you have to at one point, whether you like it or not. It's like shedding of illusions, because this card, the Seven of Cups reversed, or just Seven Cups in upright, it can mean illusions. So there is some clarity coming, and I think a helpful way to process this is to face it directly, to take an active approach to it, a willful approach to it, rather than a passive one, which you are currently embodying, because it would make it easier on you on how to process this change of environment. And again, I got like, maybe you're changing jobs as well. There's something about, because there's a lot of pentacles there, like in one single situation. So you're dropping in the future, you're dropping something. Loss of job comes to mind, but I don't know if you're losing it, or maybe you're just changing it, or you're resistant to change something, but it's coming. So in your environment, there's this thing happening here. Change of world, change of environment. In your fears and obstacles, we have the High Priestess upright. There is something about this feminine energy here, honestly, because we have the High Priestess upright, and we have, which is part of your fears. So it's like you're afraid. The Four of Swords upright, the Three of Swords upright, clarified by the Six of Swords upright, and the Two of Cups reversed. You're hurt, whether by your own choices or by other people's from the past, or both. And you're afraid to step into your feels, I think. Healing. You're resisting healing here from a past connection. Okay, now I understand. Now I understand. I was like, what is happening? I think you're keeping yourself busy. I think you're not overworking, but restless. You're not allowing this to settle somehow, because as a potential outcome, we have Eight of Pentacles reversed. It might be overworking. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Two of Pentacles reversed, clarified by the Four of Pentacles. So it's like letting go, overworking, not working, and stop waiting, that kind of situation. Some of you might be dealing with money issues, with serious money issues. I really don't like this message. There might be a job loss. There might be a job loss here, especially with the Tower in your environment. There might be this type of communication coming in that won't make you happy. I'm trying to understand how to, because when we shift towards the future, we focus a lot on pentacles and money. But when we go towards the past, we have more swords, air energy, and past balances, past family relationship situations. I'm trying to understand. Obviously they're affected, but It's like I'm trying to understand the transitioning here. There might be transportation issues as well. It's like something lit you from behind, basically. It's like a fire. It's like put somebody or something put fire underneath you, and as to make you move, as to make you react, probably from this energy of not moving, not getting, not offering, not receiving what you want. There's like, maybe it was connected also to season jobs, because we have the wheel, the timing here. That's why it's not it's about timing. It's about seasonal jobs as well. So for some of you, it's an enmeshment. it's it's about personal abundance connected to personal connection, connected personal relationships, let's say. Remember I said previously that there was this woman. Some of you might have children or had children, and you have to provide for them, something like that. But anyway, besides children, so we have the Queen of Swords here with the Pentacles reverse, and we see again, I saw like it's like a child looking to options on how to please. So he's looking outside how to provide for her, let's say, maybe, or to please her, basically. So what I'm getting here, this might be because I do see like very with karma and the wheel of the year twice and the Six of Cups in the past. Again, going back to the past, it's as if you're trying. I mentioned also again. I'm mentioning again. It makes sense now. It's as if you're trying to. You tried to please, whether yourself or others, by gaining things from outside, which in this case can be work. And while it is very plausible and laudable to a certain degree, especially if you have family or you're on your own and you need to provide for yourself, I think that overstepped a bit your needs as a human being, I want to say, and your belief in your personal power and abundance, because that would mean expecting from the outside. And if from outside we don't get it, then we don't feel worthy, we don't feel good enough, we feel like we failed, and that is scary. That it can enhance different several fears of connecting within ourselves and really understanding what's going on, and thus this affects the way we connect with people as well at an emotional level. And we see that we're not emotionally available because we don't feel worthy, and we cannot offer anything because we don't think we can offer, we have something to offer, so you've worked on something, you've understood that there is more to you than meets the eye, and that certain opportunities were missed because there was this work needed to be done. And I believe you did it, I believe you understood it to a certain degree, but your sort of aftermath comes to mind. You're dealing now with the aftermath, okay? But you stepped in, or you will step in soon, into your own power, in communicating and in changing, shifting this wheel. But in order for you to do that, you need to get a new perspective on yourself, as in to honor your own boundaries and maybe step into, I mentioned masculine energy because it's more structured, it's more based, it's more stable,